Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
The National Weather Service is fine-tuning its severe weather warnings. Also, Fredericktown's 50th Azalea Festival is one of the best attended in history. Plus, Dr. Sunil Chand joins us on Ask the Expert. All of these stories and how long will the stormy weather stay with us?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and these are the stories we're working on for you at this hour. As we first reported 1 month ago, the National Weather Service is fine-tuning its warnings for thunderstorms and tornadoes. Warning coordinator meteorologist Jim Cramper says the new system will cut down on false alarms and give folks more information on potential weather threats.
There will be three main items which we're adding into what we call the third section of the warning. And the third section really has to do with telling you where the storm is at, which way it's moving, and so forth. After that, there'll be three sections. The first one will be hazard, and that will specifically just say hazard, 3 dots, and then what exactly are we issuing this warning for? Is it for large hail? Is it for strong wind gusts? Or is it for a potential tornado?
The next line is source, how the Weather Service got the information, such as radar or on-the-ground observers.
The last one will be impact. Okay, so now you know the hazard, you know where the info came from. What's it going to do to you? And we'll list various things like anything from damage from large hail, home damage from tornadoes. It'll specifically say what these hazards can do to you exactly.
Remember, when severe weather strikes, tune in to any of the Dawkins broadcast group of stations for up-to-the-minute reports and live local radar on KDKZ Television, Channel 18. Speaking of the weather, Dustin Kopp is here with us right now with our first look at weather. Dustin?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Fred. Temperatures right now are in the 70s, 72 up in Festus. Not too bad out there. 72 in Potosi, 75 from Ironton through Fredericktown. Piedmont right now at 76, and a little bit warmer down in our south in Poplar Bluff at 78 degrees. Tonight we're going to continue to see cloudy skies. We saw rain earlier today. There may be a chance of rain off and on tonight, but otherwise cloudy. 70 degrees by 7 p.m., 9 p.m. 68, and 64 by midnight. At the bus stop in the morning, we'll continue to see mild conditions, a partly sunny sky with a temperature around 59 degrees and north-northwest wind about 6 miles per hour. I'll give you more details on your weather forecast that includes a lot of sunshine coming up later in weather.
Starting this week, drivers in northern St. Francis County can look for construction along Highway 67 that will ultimately make it easier to get on and off the highway. Missouri Department of Transportation resident engineer Jason Williams says a number of turn lanes will be added from Cash Lane to Route JJ to improve safety.
These will be dedicated lanes where vehicles can get off of the two-through lanes safely and make their left, when you're crossing the median, or if you're making a right turn on one of these side roads like Cash Lane or Route JJ. I believe there are 6 different locations there that we are improving.
The largest part of the project started late last week with improvements to the Bonne Terre exit off Highway 67.
The interchange at 47 in Bonne Terre will involve widening the northbound off-ramp and the southbound on-ramp to accommodate turn lanes. And we will also be widening on Route 47 beneath Highway 67 to add an additional lane there.
Williams expects the construction to be completed by early October. Well, the investigation continues into a Stoddard County shooting over the weekend that left a Catron man dead and his father behind bars on a murder charge. According to the Stoddard County Sheriff's Office, 40-year-old Charles Goforth is charged with second-degree murder in connection with the death of his son, Patrick. The 20-year-old Goforth received a single gunshot wound in that incident. He was rushed to a Sikeston hospital, but pronounced dead on arrival. Charles Goforth remains in the Stoddard County Jail on a $75,000 cash-only bond. A federal civil rights lawsuit alleges that a Washington County Sheriff's deputy raped and impregnated a female inmate in 2010. STLtoday.com reports the suit claims that the deputy raped the inmate in a restroom where she was being held due to overcrowding on May 5, 2010. The woman was awaiting trial on drug and other charges and later pleaded guilty to the drug charge, according to court records. Now, the suit seeks unspecified damages against the deputy and Washington County. Sheriff Andrew Skiles said that he was not aware of any allegations against the deputy, who had not been criminally charged. The names of both the deputy and the victim have been concealed in the lawsuit. And when we return on 18 Eyewitness News, warm weather, new attractions, and old favorites bring out the crowds to Fredericktown's Azalea Festival. That story is coming up on 18 Eyewitness News.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Dawn Arnold, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Warm temperatures, new attractions, and old favorites made this one the best attended Azalea Festival in history. One of the highlights was the crowning of Fredericktown High School senior Sarah Foltz as the 50th Azalea Queen. Now, Sarah says the most difficult thing about the pageant was keeping her nerves under control.
Other than that, I had a blast at all of the rehearsals with the other girls. We all got along really well, so it was actually a really fun time.
Organizer Jane Kopeski says they did something special to mark the 50th Azalea Festival pageant.
We invited back all of the past Azalea Queens since it's our 50th anniversary. Sarah is the 50th Queen. And we had several of them come back and introduce them and had them go across the stage. We had wonderful, wonderful young people who did our entertainment last night. It was a packed house. I don't think there was a seat open last night.
Fredericktown's Azalea Festival is the first weekend in May of each year. Reynolds County Sheriff Tom Vollner is warning ranchers to be on the lookout for cattle rustlers. The sheriff has been contacted about cattle thefts in surrounding counties. Now, the sheriff says he's also been told about mutilations that occurred in Carter County.
Ranchers that I know had come to me and told me about an incident down in Carter County where they were shooting the calves and then quartered them out. And so he wanted to see if I could get the word out, because if it happened down in Carter County, it's not going to be very long before it moves up into Reynolds or Wayne County. Sheriff Vollner is asking if anyone sees suspicious vehicles, particularly heavy-duty trucks or trailers, in an area near cattle to contact his office immediately. A Campbell woman will spend the next 8 years in prison after pleading guilty to elder abuse. 59-year-old Joyce Johnson admitted that last November she used a lighter to start a fire on the bed of her mother's nursing home roommate while the woman was sleeping. A smoke detector alerted employees, and the 73-year-old victim was not injured. Johnson admitted to police that she was upset with the nursing home over care for her mother and set the bed on fire as a cry for help. And when we return, Dr. Sunil Chan joins us to talk about hypertension on Ask the Expert. But right now, Dustin Kopp is making a last-minute check of our Storm Tracker forecast, which is coming up next on 18 Eyewitness News.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. There is a chance of some showers and thunderstorms this evening. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies later on in this evening. Plenty of sunshine for the next several days, and temperatures will remain at or below average for this time of year. Here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are on the mild side, 77 in Cape Girardeau, 76 in Piedmont, 78 in Poplar Bluff and Potosi right now at 72. Here at the station, we have a current temperature of 71 degrees under a cloudy sky. Feels like 71 out there. Current dew point at 65, 79% humidity, and a north-northwest wind at about 7 miles per hour. Tomorrow we'll continue to see plenty of sunshine through southeast Missouri. Really nice day here in southeast Missouri, and it's going to last for the next several days. Doesn't look like any rain is in sight for at least the next 4 or 5 days. So for tonight, we'll see a low around 55, maybe a chance of a shower or thunderstorm, otherwise partly cloudy. 54 in Festus, 56 in Ironton, 57 in Piedmont, 56 in Fredericktown, and 60 in Cape Girardeau and Poplar Bluff. Tomorrow, we'll continue to see plenty of sunshine build into the area, partly sunny skies, high 75, northwest wind 5 to 10, 75 in Festus through St. Genevieve, 77 in Fredericktown, 78 in Van Buren and Piedmont, and 80 in Poplar Bluff. For the next several days here in southeast Missouri, like I told you, it's going to be a nice one. Our extended forecast, plenty of sunshine, 75 once again on Tuesday, Wednesday through Thursday. Mostly sunny skies. We'll see temperatures in the low 70s. Mostly sunny on Friday with a high of 76. 76 on Saturday with a partly sunny sky. And then a chance of showers and thunderstorms on Mother's Day, unfortunately, with a high of 75. And then clearing out by Monday with a high of 78. I'll try to clear that rain out by Sunday on Mother's Day. Another look at our weekend forecast, 76 and 56 for your daytime high and low on Saturday, partly sunny skies, and then a chance of a shower and thunderstorm on Sunday, which is Mother's Day, with a high of 75. That's Check Your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details are located at froggy96online.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News, with Jeremy Martin.
On Sunday, Tyler Green showed all those offensive skills that fans have been expecting for the last 3 years. Green clubbed 2 home runs and a double and drove in 4 runs. He stole 1 base and nearly had another, and he also turned in a nifty double play in the field as the Cardinals captured the finale of a 3-game series from the Houston Astros 8-1. He becomes the first Cardinals second baseman ever to have as many as 4 RBIs in a game with 2 home runs, 3 hits, and at least 1 stolen base. Alan Craig, hitting cleanup, also homered and doubled, knocking in 3 runs as the Cardinals stopped their losing streak at 3 games and the Astros winning streak at 5. The Cardinals continue their road trip tonight in Arizona. 5-0 Lance Lynn will be on the mound for the Redbirds with a 1.60 ERA. He'll be opposed by Joe Saunders, who's 2-1 on the season with a 1.24 ERA. The Blues season came to an end on Sunday with a 3-1 loss to the Los Angeles Kings and a 4-game sweep in their Western Conference semifinal. The Kings became the first number 8 seed ever to knock off a number 1 and a number 2 seed and move on to play Phoenix or Nashville in the Western Conference final. The Kings have not been in the conference final since 1993. The Blues again played well in the final 2 periods, but they trailed 2-1 after the first and could not find an answer for Kings goalie Jonathan Quick, who bailed his team out several times with big saves. The Blues scored just 6 goals in 4 games. The Blues outshot the Kings 20-9 in the final 2 periods, but couldn't get the goal they needed to tie the game. And the leader on the last lap is not supposed to win at Talladega Superspeedway. But Brad Keselowski disagrees with that conventional wisdom, and he showed how to do it on Sunday with a calculated plan that sent him to victory lane. Keselowski used a big push from Kyle Busch to pass leader Matt Kenseth, and after leaving the Daytona 500 winner in their wake, Keselowski staved off Busch's attempt to snatch the win. Using a move Keselowski said he had dreamed about, he held on for a second win of the season and a second win at Talladega. Keselowski was the first driver in the last 5 races at Talladega to take the white flag and hold on for the win. A 9-car accident with 4 laps remaining brought out the yellow flag, setting up a 2-lap overtime sprint to the finish. After Sunday's race, Greg Biffle is on top of the Sprint Cup standings, followed closely by Matt Kenseth and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick round out the top 5. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with today's Your Live segment right after this on 18 Eyewitness News.
I'm Stacey Johnson. From Groupon to shopping apps, there's lots of gimmicky ways to save. But what about the simplest way? I'll explain coming up on Money Talks News.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Dustin Kopp, we have another Azalea Festival in the history books, and it was a total success. Weather-wise, attendance, it was wonderful. Madison County and everybody else is thankful for some good weather. Now, we have another festival coming up this weekend. We've got Spring Fever Days. Are we going to see the same thing?
you know, Friday looks nice, Saturday looks nice. There's a chance of thunderstorms on Sunday, which is Mother's Day. During my weather forecast, I said that I'm going to try my hardest to kind of push that off until maybe Monday or Tuesday rather. But right now, Monday and Tuesday is looking like it's going to be a sunshiny day. So hopefully we can get Mother's Day in the books without any rain for the moms out and about.
All right, what's the forecast look like on a closer in term tomorrow?
Tomorrow it's looking nice. Temperatures in the 70s, plenty of sunshine. Nothing like today where we saw several inches of rain in some areas and thunderstorms in some areas. So we're going to see a nice sunshine day.
All right. What was that song? It's going to be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
You know, I was actually singing that earlier today.
Not on camera.
Not on camera, nope.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I choose not to do that because I'd rather keep viewers than
lose them.
Away. Yep.
There you go. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be back at 10 with more. Until then, have a blessed evening, and God bless everybody.
Have a good night, everybody. Newswatch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.